What is up? What is up, Luxalago? How we doing? Welcome back to the Luxalago live stream. My name is Jacob. So good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning back in. We weren't live yesterday, but it's good to see you guys back here. It's a lot going on. Like I said, guys, summers for me are crazy, but this week we will be streaming from today through Friday, so be prepared for that. But I appreciate you bearing with me. Now, we do have our top 10 viewers to go over from last week, okay? So we'll be doing that here in a little bit. Sorry. Okay, yeah, we'll be doing that here in just a little bit. I just had to get everything set up and make sure we have the top 10 viewers set. But some things to go over with PPI. But pump it up. Yeah, guys, it's kind of crazy. GameStop, right? GameStop, massive moves. Massive moves to talk about. Man, it's kind of crazy because I did live stream during the first GameStop move back in the day, which is kind of crazy doing it yet again. But yeah, me too, getting impatient with this sideways movement. But man, you can already see through me, and I got my stream different today, or got the lighting different today, so it's a little bit brighter, but you can kind of see through me here. But how's everybody been doing? How have we been doing? Have a nice long weekend. I'm gonna make sure we're good to go on all platforms here. Sorry, the hardest thing is getting live on every platform, making sure we're locked in, because going live on like 5 platforms, making sure everything's functioning can be a pain sometimes. Let me make sure here. Yeah, I'll just leave that up there. Okay, cool. We are good together. Bitcoin, guys, just chilling. 61K yet again, still holding up on Bitcoin there. We can see based on just the overall price action day after day, just been trading back and forth. We had 3 kind of bullish days in a row, but then we ended up rejecting back around that 63K mark we discussed. But it's just consolidation. Consolidation's been king here recently. Nonetheless, though, looking for that break through that 65,500 before we consider anything. But I'm happy that we're holding, because the oscillator is starting to play out a little bit better. Our trade on TRX right now in the red today, but not by much. We've come down. We almost had that breakout move. We were looking for that 13-cent rally, but it's just kind of chilling now. I'm going to be watching these highs here at 12.39. We'll go over that here in a little bit. Crude oil, though, broke back down yet again. We're looking really good on that one. Remember, we moved our stop below that swing high back to 77.93. I want to see if we can get down to 76.75 like we have discussed a million times before. Bitcoin's next target. The accumulation is great for that breakout, so we'll see if we get it. Hold on, let me pop out the chat here. Bots working again today, guys. So going into the rest of the week here in just a second. You need to give us hope for those red dripping. I was just so excited about GME, man. What do you mean? Just kidding. I am excited about GME. GME is always so fun. But going over news here, we had the inflation rising from revised March PPI. If you want these market updates, guys, just follow the Twitter. But again, PPI 0.5% versus the estimated 0.3%. Ends up beating core PPI as well, month over month, 0.5 versus 0.2 on the core. Year over year, though, is hitting what was expected as well on both core and just regular PPI. Besides that, we had Jerome saying Q1 data lacks further progress with puzzling housing inflation. So it's quite interesting, because the rate cuts has been the talk, and right, it's like, there you go. June rate cuts. Yeah, not going to happen. But again, Jerome says it's probably a matter of staying at a current policy rate for longer. I mean, we pretty much were expecting this. It's fun to think that's going to come. But yeah, market Fed cut rates in June. Yeah, not happening. So we'll see. We'll keep updated on that. And then Google, with that OpenAI news that we got earlier this week, announces a generative AI version of its search engine. So it'd be kind of cool to see where that goes. This whole AI battle with Google and OpenAI has been quite interesting to follow. But nonetheless, guys, y'all know the drill. We saw this tweet come through on, that's funny. we saw this tweet come through from Roaring Kitty and sent, what's it called? Sent GME flying, which is interesting because I think we made a tweet about this and I was going to, but the posting that's going on his Twitter is like weird, you know? It's like kind of robotic, and I think we have a tweet on it, but nonetheless, it's like he didn't really post these movie clips, not this much at least before. So seeing all these movie clips like posted, and then like all the times are like specifically set for like 3 p.m. and like 11 a.m. and stuff like that, it seems that, you know, could be some insider pumping going on or something. Yeah, I don't honestly know. What do you guys think? Because it's like the fact that it's nothing but just these little clips and stuff. It seems like it's somebody just doing it because they got access to his account somehow. So very interesting to see that, but the price keeps going. So it's surprising to see it pop up over 70 today and then come off. It's trading, I think, around 40 right now, and we'll go over that here in just a little bit. But, you know, just crazy, man. Look at the difference here too, because we had that stock split, remember? So even with that stock split on GME, look at where price is compared to when we had that pump. It literally hit about around 50. I'm going to do it horizontal line here. It literally hit around 50% of the first original pump. Like, that's very aggressive. That is a very aggressive move here. Capping out around that 64, and it was higher. I think pre-market we hit in the 70s. So like if I were to take the pre-market high here on GME, market off right here, $80, right? That was pre-market high, which is crazy. Look at when we had this squeeze actually in play. That was pretty much, I mean, not far off from the that all-time high it made that week. 53% off. This almost is going higher than what we saw back in 2021. So it's like, that's kind of crazy. We'll see if maybe it pumps again overnight. I mean, remember we had 2 or 3 consecutive days where it was bullish, and then we had a bearish day, and then a back-to-back bullish day. So I don't know, maybe going into tomorrow it's gonna be bullish again. Just be careful, very volatile. This all came from just a tweet on Roaring Kitty's account, so quite interesting, I will say. But guys, we're back. Good to see you guys. Let's go into our top 10 viewers, talk about them, and we're going to pick one here in just a sec. I'm going to go ahead and, on the Pepe wheel, put down 1 through 10 real quick. Ooh, that's rolling bad. Get my 7 and my 6 mixed up here. 7, 6. All right, that's a 5. That doesn't look like a 5. All right, so we had an interesting top 10 this past week. But an interesting top 10 this past week. New members coming in. AMC at $3 this year, like 3 weeks ago. I'm sure, man. Freaking nuts. AMC, yeah. AMC following as well. I mean, if you guys know how these run, they usually run similar to each other. The difference here is AMC, when it had that mega run, it was a lot different. So it coming down to where it is with its stock split. Nice little jump up there for anybody that was in. But Bitcoin right now, man, like we said, it's just literally trading back and forth. We like it over 60K. We're happy if it's trading over 60K. I'm not really going to go past that, but let's get to our top 10 from last week. Pick that winner. Guys, waiting on your winnings from Friday. Just bear with the payment team. We'll be getting those out this week. Just look out on your accounts for that. I have responded to everybody, so go double check your messages. If I haven't responded to you, just know then you're on the way. It's on the way. But if you haven't confirmed yourself, make sure you go back and you double check, okay? Now, Bitcoin, besides that, let's get to the top 10 viewers. And here you go. Boom. In first here. Actually, let me go to, let me go to the link. Copy. Pull it up. Boom. Here we go. No, that's not it. Bam. All right. In first this time around, we got our boy David. David new on the list, which is pretty awesome. Predictions already over? No, we're going to do predictions here in just a second. Besides David, we got Marissa in second. We got Dame in third. Dame, good to see you up there again. We got Iris in fourth. We got Doberman Guy. Man's been a legend recently, been hanging out a lot. In fifth, Richard in sixth. Silent Auto seventh. Demonic in 8th, another legend. Adam in 9th, and Wardo in 10th. It's interesting. We got a new list in the top 10 from this past week. So great job, guys. To be a part of the top 10 viewer list, just tune in early. Get those Bitcoin predictions in. We're going to do those in just a second. Give you a chance to add 100 points to your profile. And then you get a 1 in 10 chance of winning $100 if you are a top 10 viewer at the end of the week. So I don't know what's going on with Pepe Cam today. He's looking a little dull, but Pepe's back, guys. Pepe's in the chat. If you missed him, Pepe's in the chat if you missed him. He's missed you, I can tell you that. There we go. Let's get that brightness up a bit there. Boom. Okay. So here we go. We got, why is that color off? Anyway, we got 1 through 10 here. Let's see who our winner is. I'll give you a few spins here. And then one last spin. And we'll see who our top 10 viewer is this week. Number 5. Doberman guy. Let's get it, guys. W's in the chat for Doberman guy. I don't think he's won. Doberman, I know you're here, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, Punk Chainer's back. Let's go. What's up, Punk Chainer? How you been, man? Doberman, let's get it. Nah, I never win. He wins. Look at him. Let's go, baby. Great job. Great job. If you guys want to be a part of that $100 giveaway, that's insane. Every single week, that's a 1 in 10 chance versus the 1 in a gazillion chance at the end of the week. Make sure you try to fight your way to the top 10 viewer list. And the way to do that is through Bitcoin predictions. Now that we did that, let's do the Bitcoin predictions, okay? So Bitcoin predictions, you'll see here in just a second. If you are not in the main chat, if you don't see this thing pop up, okay? If you don't see the bot post how to enter the Bitcoin predictions, you are in the wrong chat. Make sure you jump over to the main stream and you get your Bitcoin predictions in. Price we're going to be going with here is, let's see. $61,367. 61,367, guys. If it can be more or less than 61,337, make sure, or 67, sorry, 367. Make sure you type in exclamation BTC more or exclamation BTC less. And Victor, you're in the wrong chat, buddy. Make sure you get to the other chat so you see it, okay? Make sure you get those in. Looks like YouTube had a little bit of update there too on the chat, which is cool. Nonetheless, guys, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in today. And as that's going on, you know the drill from here. We're going to get into the y'all suggestions for today. Little bit faster stream today, okay, guys? We're going to be doing probably an hour and a half today. We'll be back full time tomorrow. Just got a meeting at 4 Eastern. So we'll be back yet again, but you know we have plenty of time. So we got about an hour. We got about an hour and let's say, I don't know, 15 minutes here. So guys, if there's anything specific you want analyzed today, throw in the chat. I'll throw it on the Pepe wheel and we will get to it here in just a second. King, appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. If you want anything specific, throw it in the chat. I'll throw it on the wheel. Indicators for using price action concepts, signals and overlays, and the oscillator matrix. TRB. It's not a trade we're in. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that one. If we're in a trade, make sure we're going to go over it, okay? TRB. TRB's the first one up. Let's see. BCH from Punk Chin. It's good to see you back, man. Where's Dennis, man? I'm missing Dennis. We need our boy Dennis here. Solana just chilling up here. Solana was just chilling up here. It's crazy. Our boy Dennis needs to come back. AVAX. We got a lot of move here. Come on, Punk Channel. We got it up there for you. Got it up there for you already. Guys, again, if you want anything specific, throw it in the chat. I'll throw it on the board. Come on, let's get it. Dennis is liquidated. Probably, man, who knows? He might be. IMX Crypto Kid. We're going to go over ETH. IMX on the board. Render. I like you. I like what you're talking. I like how you're talking there. Render. Terribly spelled. Near. Man. Big blockchain update tomorrow on BCH. Yep. Near. I like it. I like it. Y'all are throwing out bangers. Say Matic. Whoa. I haven't seen Matic in a minute. Let's do that one. We haven't gone over Matic in a minute. We got 3 left. ACA. Dollar make ya holla. We're gonna probably go over GME. We're gonna probably go over AMC as well, just as a thing. Ton. I haven't done a ton in a minute. Ton. Alibaba. Oh, okay. Sui. Sui's not bad. I think I saw somebody else. I saw 2 people say Sui, I think. SUI. Man, this markers make me sneeze. All right. We'll do SUI. I saw 2 people say that. Give me one more. Gala. Guys spamming Gala. Man. Any stocks? JTO from Bash. JTO. How is JTO doing from last week? JTO coming back down from that 4. Yo, what's up, Pat? How you doing, man? Gala. Jasmine. We haven't done Jasmine in a minute. How is Jasmine? Jasmine's still just dead. Let's do JTO. I've liked JTO a lot, and I want to get the stream going. All right, that's what we're doing today. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll go over more, guys. Try to do some separate ones as well. Ones we haven't gone over yet. But nonetheless, guys, this Friday, you know the drill. $300 giveaway live on stream. Make sure you're here. If you're not, well, that's a bummer. Make sure you tune back in. And again, we had 100 gifted on Friday. 100 gifted last Friday. Absolutely insane. Can't believe we had 100 gifted. So if you are one of those people that got one of those gifted memberships, you will get 5 entries to this Friday's giveaway. So you're welcome. So everybody thank Ed for that one. Crazy. All right, let me see. I gotta go live on TikTok and Instagram, and then we're gonna get going with the Bitcoin analysis. I just gotta type in the title here. All right, let's get it. Going live on good old TikTok right now, so bear with me. All right, let's get that other music up in here. I'm gonna go live on Instagram as well. What's up, TikTok? What's up, Instagram? Welcome back to the Lux Algo live stream. Good to see you guys. Lots to go over today. Bitcoin just chilling, but the GOAT is in town today. GME literally skyrocketing. Man, what 200% in 2 days or something? It's back down to like 144% for the week, but what an actual massive rally we just got on that. I can't believe we're back at it just from a tweet from Roaring Kitty too. Anybody make some huge gains on that yet? It's always fun to trade it a little bit. Not obviously, don't be dumb and over leverage yourself, but man, crazy times. Yo, what's up, Jay? How you doing? Welcome back to the TikTok live. Appreciate you, guys. If you want to be a part of the other live streams, make sure you jump on YouTube. Better quality live stream on YouTube. Same stream, obviously. If you're on TikTok, welcome, or you're on Instagram, welcome. All right, guys, let's get to the charting. The Pepe wheels look a little weak today. All right, starting with Bitcoin, my friends. Starting with Bitcoin. Then we'll go, we might jump straight into GME after that, talk a little bit about it. All right, so Bitcoin, guys, holding yet again in the 60s. What do we say on stream? What have we said on here 1 trillion times? We've talked about the fact that we are happy with Bitcoin if it's trading in the 60s. It's still trading in the 60s. What else did we say? We also said that so long as that consolidation is happening, we have that 6-month potential delay going into. Sorry, I'm going to adjust these mics. We have the 6-month potential delay going into that next potential bull cycle. We saw on the cycle chart that the past few times after halving, we had about 6 months to get up and get going, right? So that's kind of what we're waiting on. Do we hit all-time highs? We talked also about from the Bitcoin spiral chart that the all-time highs were coming within the end. Were coming by the end of the year from after the halving. So halving happened in April. So by this end of the year, we'll be hitting at least another set of all-time highs, potentially right before the new year. So we'll be continuously looking at it, obviously, every day here on stream. But Bitcoin hadn't gone anywhere. I'm happy about it because we didn't stream yesterday. So it's good to see that we've kind of just settled off. But, we like when it's green. We had 3 green days in a row. Today takes it out, mostly with that PPI and the updates on, interest rates not going to probably being cut in June. So lots to, kind of be, sideways about, right? Nothing's really pumping this just yet, which is fine. But going in from that weekly chart, we're still holding over this zone that we plotted from that previous weekly zone or weekly highs there. We had multiple weekly open close highs happening above 58. So, if this thing is going to chill above 58, and that 60 range, I'm not really too worried about it. We wicked down into this very large imbalance, and then we bounced back quite nicely. Signals and overlays here still chilling inside that order block. We got our first... Probably not, actually. Oh, yeah, we've had the signal, actually. We got our signal there, but we're still chilling inside the Neo Cloud, which, again, if we're not going to break below the bottom of that Neo Cloud, I'm not really going to stress about this to the downside just yet. So we're going to wait until this breaks fully below 56 to even consider downside on Bitcoin. Now, going into the daily time frame here with signals and overlays, I'm going to optimize that to 19, as said in the dashboard. Still trading below this bearish Neo Cloud. So again, we talked about the Neo Cloud and how you play it. Well, you play it based on how price trades above or below it. So price, again, still in bearish structure. I'm not going to say anything against it being bearish right now. 4 hour and the daily has been in bearish structure for a while. You can even, my 2-year-old can draw this trend line here. Okay, so again, we have to break out of this, and that's why we said that 65,500 is that level in which we've been very much watching for that breakout move to potentially get us back into the 70s, if not higher. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that as we continue to trade through the 60s here. Now, besides that, we had this significant level that we've discussed before, and it was this daily, and I think it's a weekly too. No, it's just a daily. Anyway, just a daily here. We have this open close level here that we were looking for as a neckline for a head and shoulders. Now, if that were to happen, it's been trying to happen. We're going to be waiting to see if it wants to continue to trade over this. So this would be your shoulder, head, shoulder. It's still kind of in play. It's still above that higher low that it set a few days ago over the weekend, and it's still trading out. So there is potential for this to turn into a pivotal point. It just depends on how it does this week. But again, this obviously is a very significant level, as we've seen previous times where price has traded aggressively on that 61,200 level. So seeing it trading here, I'm not worried about it at all. It has to break back down. It has to retest where it went and wick down before in the daily. Nonetheless, the support's here. People are buying it regardless. So will it go, from here? Will it move higher? That's kind of, us just waiting is all it takes. So if this breaks back down, more than likely it's going to retest that 58, probably break it because it's still in that bearish structure. So right now on that daily time frame, going into this, still going to be bearish, still in a bearish change character, still just had that bearish BOS. We had a lower high still set. I mean, there's nothing leaning bullish on this until we get over that 65,500 on a daily or even on a 4-hour chart. 4 hours just been consolidating, right? And again, we discussed this on stream already too. Hold on, let me get rid of these lines. Sorry. We've discussed this on stream already as well. And, there's that 61K mark. But the biggest thing we've been watching is this high volume level that clearly is the highest traded area on that 4-hour time frame. And again, if you're above it, seems to be more bullish. If you're below it, seems to be more bearish. So why would we trade bullish if this thing is trading below it? So let's wait to see if it gets up through this nice sell block here on the money flow profile, and then maybe we get some bullish price action to send us into 70. So yet again, that's still sitting up there. Went to retest it, didn't even get to it before it sold back down. So again, we're still getting consolidation, which is fine. So as long as we're getting that consolidation over 60 for the long-term type situation, I think we're just fine for now. But we'll continuously look at it. You can see here, if I optimize this again, let me optimize it to 17 as said in the dashboard here. On the oscillator, or on the signals and overlays, we got a 4 signal, which is the strongest signal you can get with a bearish neocloud. So this thing is getting red candles. Again, we might we have that, potential odds right now are stacked to the downside. Does it actually break down to the downside? I want to see structural break before I would consider any downside trade on Bitcoin, which means it's got to break through these lows first, and then I'll take a confirmed retest, right? Something that retests and actually confirms that it wants to get sold below 60 or at 60 there. So we're going to have to break it fully first. That would initiate it selling below that neocloud. But again, look how the neocloud has stepped up. A bearish neocloud stepping up is not a bullish sign. That's more so consolidation, as price has been trading directly through that neocloud as well. So seeing this now, consolidation is your friend in this case. We'll see if it continues to happen or not on Bitcoin. But daily and 4 hours still leaning more bearish than bullish. So your odds are still stacked to the downside until we break above that 65,500 on Bitcoin. So besides that oscillator here, we can see this is very appealing. Oscillator is always a little bit earlier than anything else, which is pretty much why I like it the most. But again, we're going to go over Solana, guys, here in a minute, so don't worry. We had a divergence set up here with this blue line indicating bullish divergence. We are having nice gaps between turning points. When you have those nice gaps between turning points, it usually means the structure is very clean. But again, we just set a higher low on this just now recently yesterday. So seeing that higher low set on the oscillator here, if we can break back above this 50 and we could show strong bullish money flow like we saw the last time we made this trend, then we might start getting into a trending state. But nonetheless, there's not a trending state just yet. So we'll see if we can get that trending state to play out. If it doesn't, then we'll sit here, watch the consolidation continue. But if this thing can break out through that 50, give us bullish money flow like we saw here before, like this, get some overflow in play, we'll probably get that next rally to crush yet again all-time highs. So we'll be keeping a close eye on it right now. Love the consolidation so far in the 60s. Even if it's the low 60s, doesn't really matter. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on it. But let's get Bitcoin this week up over at least these daily resistance that we're getting here around, let's see, high 63.4, 63.4, 63.4, 63.1. So 63.4. Get over that. Give me 64K. Maybe we'll get a nice bit of buying coming through from what we've seen here. Look at the buying here. Right below 63,443. Boom. There's buying that's happened there before quite a bit, and people are selling right below that. So if it gets through that level, probably going to see some nice move potentially to 65. So we'll keep a close eye on that going into this week. But nonetheless, daily and 4 hours still leaning more bearish. Okay, so let's keep a close eye on it, guys. I was short at 60.5K. Yeah, no name. You got it, man. We got to break clean structure, man. Got to break clean structure on that 4 hour time frame. Break yourself through 65, 60K, 60,500, man. Sideways is fine, allowing us to spend more time with our loved ones. Yes, sir, Marlan. You know what's up. That's exactly. But guys, yeah, that's all I can say right now for Bitcoin. Let's get into we're gonna go over Solana here in a minute. Okay, I do want to look at some setups, but let's go over to GME really quickly. Okay, it's a big thing happening right now. So like I just said, if you're just not tuning in, we just had the obviously people on the other streams tune in. I got the 4 hour here. The pre-market high, which is crazy, was $80. Now those of you that remember the GME run, again, I was streaming during the GME run. It's crazy. So this is what's wild about this current GME run, and what's honestly insane. What's wild about it is we had a stock split on GME, right? We had a stock split on GME. Because we had a stock split on GME, this move to 80, look at where we are when we had that move to 80 on the pre-market move, right? Look at where we are compared to the very last time we had this mega move, right? I know we went over this earlier, but people are just now joining us. This is where we're at. We're almost above the high that we set the first time we had this short squeeze on GME. The GME push to 50 to 120 is that high after the stock split. So we hit a high of 80 today. So we're 50% away from actually breaking the high that we set back when we had the crazy GME short squeeze. The reason why this is happening too, and it's happening at a more aggressive rate, is because we've seen that build up to this day and age. We're seeing the build up over time of popularity of the GME story, right? This is all part of this story, which is quite interesting. We might have a even bigger move than we ever did before. It might be even crazier. We'll see. Now, this is, yet again, with meme coins being a thing now, and people understanding how easy it is to buy and sell these things, so long as there's no regulation going into the GME pump that we had the last time, where there was conflict with Robinhood, which is the #1 broker. Everybody that was a millennial or in their 20s at that time was having issues with selling, and it caused fear to drive the price lower to help out. And we're not even go there, but again, it was the fight against that hedge fund. So the crazy part about this is, this is where FOMO sets in. So seeing this gap up today, we might see this thing break another 200-300% and actually all-time highs compared to what we saw back when we had the short squeeze before, because we had the movie come out, which is like a hype film for GME. We also have the understanding of what short squeeze is now over the entire market. Everybody that didn't understand it before now 100% understands it. We also had the potential just hype up of just meme coins in general recently. It's like this thing was the start of this whole meme coin craze going into, Dogecoin right after. So it's honestly insane to see this thing already nearly breaking the last short squeeze we had on GME. And the overall idea is everybody understands. What's even crazier, guys, is Roaring Kitty literally got more followers, nearly more followers now from just these past 2 days than he had when this originally started. He was at, I think yesterday he was at 500,000 yesterday, and now he's at 1.09. It's like, that's crazy. So the popularity around this story is building yet again. So the thing about it, though, understand this, those of you that are new to this, or you watch the movie or whatever, the biggest thing that happens is you need to see how price moves, okay? And Andrew Tate's move too. Yeah, I forgot about that. The biggest thing about what happens with these meme coins is a lot of the pumps happen pre-market and post-market. So see what happens going into those after-hours moves. And it's going to be interesting to see how the brokers react this time around. They might hopefully they just let it slide and let it go. But I'm seeing what Joshua said here. He said brokers still shut down when AMC and GME pumped 2 days ago. They need to shut down because its spread was too high and crazy. That's just a halt, man. Joshua, that's a halt. It's not nobody can buy or sell it when a stock halts. It halts volatility to to decrease the spike in interest. Otherwise, stocks could get literally pumped out. I'm not even gonna say it. They could get destroyed. A lot of problems could happen if there's not halts in place. It's just like a circuit breaker. It's like when that volatility cranks up. When that volatility cranks up, it's literally just the halts are in place to save people from getting screwed. Okay, and that's saving us and saving obviously the big dogs as well. But it's just in place as a security measure. Now, that's how the halting is going to happen when it increased volatility. Yeah, but BK, but they didn't do what they did before. There's no way. From what I've read, they did not do what they did before. Guys, but nonetheless, GME, AMC, all of these are going to move together. It's just the popularity has spiked yet again. So I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, for some reason, GME is at like 100 plus, and we'll talk about it. But there's a lot of factors that are involved in it. The only thing that's weird to me is the Roaring Kitty tweets. Like, we don't know if this is actually him unless we've clarified. Anybody know? Yo, there's Big Dennis, bro. Where has Dennis been? Yo, applause in the chat. Dennis is back, baby. Dennis is back. Dennis is back. GME absolutely could have another run. Yeah, GME's halted multiple times. The run is just as crazy as it was back then. Vacation. Okay, Dennis, dope. I'm glad you were just on vacation because there you go. Got a breather, brother. Dennis got a breather, and now guess what? We almost hit 160 on Solana. So I'm happy. I'm happy you got your little bit of breather. But guys, GME. Tomorrow, we'll see how price is holding. Price dumped, got rid of some sellers, back up over 45. Does it close over 50? We'll see. But again, it's still closing over yesterday's highs. And what do you see here? I'm going to skip. Let me skip this song. Hold on. People say, this is all a thought process, right? If we mark off today's low, okay, where was, average people like us, younger people, like to buy at pretty much previous highs, previous lows, stuff like that. Look at where this got bought. Literally, buy orders probably set at 36.48. Coming from yesterday's 15-minute right out that high, 36.48. Price is holding in that structural move, right? Yet again, they thought you were liquidated, man. How long did the run last previously? Guys, here's the thing. Look at the daily candles. This is another thing to understand. Another thing to understand about these short squeezes is look how the daily gaps up, closes down, right? That's the way the cycle of this works. Look at GME back in the day. Okay. Do you see a green close any of these days? Absolutely not. We saw green closes when it started ramping up, but once it started doing the crazy halts, it gaps up, sells off, gaps up, sells off. It's all happening pre-market and post-market, okay? So that's why it's one of those things where, if you go to trade one of these things, if you want to exit, you probably want to exit right when the bell opens, because more than likely people are going to, regardless, are going to exit as well. So it's just one of those things, man. The overall hype to this now is 10 times greater than it was before. So you have to consider we could eventually 80 pre-market, man. Tomorrow we could probably see 80 again. We could probably see, there's a potential we could see 100 again. The thing that concerns me though is understanding whether or not this is actually Roaring Kitty tweeting or not. Okay. The minute word gets out that it isn't him, I promise you it's probably going to die. It's probably going to die pretty quickly. So be very careful. Even though I could be wrong about that. People don't care. People just pump things because there's him driving hype, right? That could be a very, very positive thing. There could be a lot going on that's, could give this even crazier. So we don't know. That's the biggest thing. Unless somebody already found out that it's him or not, let me know. I don't know. But it'd be cool if we knew. So let me know. AMC, yeah, people asking on TikTok about AMC thoughts. Here's the difference between AMC and GME. Look at AMC's. They had a mega stock split, but they still got hammered from their last pump that they had. Okay, Dame. Dame's trying to land a joke, and I don't think people are landing it. Jacob. BK. Nah, BK's the GOAT. If you like BK, man, he's one of our Twitter team. They've been killing it. All right. But again here, AMC had that mega pump before, guys. And then, this is after the split, right? But seeing it now, prediction-wise, it's hard to tell. It's not going to... GME is actually comparing to what it previously did. AMC is not. So, it had two splits, right? And there's two back-to-back splits, which is crazy. Had a 17 to 15 split, and then it had a 1 to 10 split. I think it had another split before that, didn't it? No, it didn't. Okay. So it had that split here, price back down 50. It gapped up to 26%. Here's the thing. You have to watch GME. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. These things are going to move regardless. There's not really a price point I can tell you, right? I can't just sit here and say, oh, yeah, AMC is going to be at $20+ tomorrow. Just focus on what happens with GME, because whatever happens with GME is going to drive AMC. It just has from when it started before. So long as the popularity of GME is still there, still trending, the fact that we had the massive spike of Twitter followers on Roaring Kitty in the past day is insane. That just shows the traction the movie had, shows the traction overall of just the historical idea around the whole GME fight that previously happened. This is all nostalgia kicking in. Now, it's nostalgia on top of FOMO, right? So all that kicking in could indicate a really insane push in one of these days. You never know. It could get even crazier than it did before, and that's why we'll be on stream every day talking about it. But nonetheless, that's pretty much our spill on these meme stocks, and we'll get into those again tomorrow. But just my 2 cents about what we're seeing. It would be really cool. All right, it'd be very cool to see this thing continue to pump into tomorrow. So guys, watch post-market, watch pre-market. Post-market, pre-market, that's when the action happens, okay? That's when the action happens. All right, let's get into Solana. Guys, today, remember the stream We have about an hour, 10 minutes. I'll probably end it a little bit earlier too. So once we get there, we'll do Bitcoin predictions and we'll get to it. All right. Let's get to features. Let's do gold real quick. Talk about it. Let's go talk about gold. All right, so guys, gold. Let's get back to ones that functionally trade properly. Gold here, right? We talked about that the daily we liked so long as it was holding up over that 2038, 2040. We go to the 4-hour time frame now. We're going to go over Solana here in a minute, HFG, I promise. Man, look at this. So gold here, sadly, kind of ruined our entry that we wanted. We wanted that 13.5 retest, right? Or that 23.5 retest, 23.50. It happened, but it broke right through it. But look at what it respected, right? It respected these highs here, which is really nice. It's starting to potentially break and move its way back to 23.70. I wish it would have respected this area a little bit more, but it did give it, you know, a little bit of a potential retracement. Now, seeing this retrace here as well, look at it come down and touch the 618 here. Very proper move, and now breaking back out. I wish we would have got, like I said on last Friday, a turning point happened up here above that 50% or that 50 level on the oscillator. That didn't happen. It came back though, respect that previous high, which, you know, I'm not going to be mad about it, right? Which is good. But again, I wish it would have held up a little bit more before it made this dip. But it is reversing a bit here. Target right now would be that 4-hour high there, 23.70. If you go to the daily though, target is going to be up there at 23.91. Now, does this break into all-time highs soon? I don't know. I mean, look at the last time that gold was attacking all-time highs. Gold went up, set an all-time high. The next time it attacked it, it had an issue. It's just this might occur yet again. We'll see if it does want to break and break that all-time high. But right now, I would just be targeting like 23.92 if you're long on this. Oscillator sitting pretty nice. I don't like that it broke structure here, right? We had a little bit of a structural break right here, and now it might set a lower high. But if you're getting lower highs on this while price is, you know, increasing, making higher lows, you can consider that some nice divergence. Gold could actually make a nice move. What happened to the camera here? Gold could actually make a nice move here in the next few days. If that were to happen. Let me fix that. There we go, Pepe. Boom. All right, bet. So we'll see if it does. We'll see if it actually comes back. You know, to retest these highs. But again, that 4-hour time frame, right? The 4-hour time frame here, 23.69. We'll see if we can get up and tag that level first before making that continuation. But again, if it's holding up if it's going to hold these highs from that recent structural point, that's what we talked about. So long as that change character forms, or the BOS forms, and price holds above that BOS or change character, we like the trend, okay? I guess we can bring back we like the stock at this point. Or I like the stock. In memory of our roaring kitty. Now, here's gold though. Look at how NeoCloud drops down, right? Or it moves up. It's bearish NeoCloud dropping down, but bearish NeoCloud is moving up, right? That means it's a conflicting trend, which is good. So what we said before too is it's quite funny to see this thing actually tag that NeoCloud. But I wanted to see a bullish NeoCloud form there too. We might get that here once it goes and sets this. That should flip over and you might block off like that. So essentially now for me to see a clean setup on gold, I would want to see this previous high break because I missed that 50% retracement. I probably wouldn't have taken it because it hit the 618. But if we play off of this high of 23.70, there is a potential possibility to make that continuation. I will say 4-hour though is bullish. Daily here is starting to lean more bullish, but it's still in a bearish structure. So seeing it still in this bearish price action. I will say though, more than likely not really. We didn't get a change character print on the indicator here, but if you see that it respected this previous high here that ended up being an imbalance that fully got filled now with this breakout. If I can draw this. I would say structure has indefinitely shifted based on this breakout, this previous lower high. And it's a very minor lower high. It didn't create a pretty aggressive lower high, so that breaking back out makes it pretty obvious that structure has kind of shifted. But we haven't had that change of character yet because it's probably waiting on this full breakout. Because again, this is a daily time frame. This is daily structure forming. So when daily structure is forming, it's looking for those significant moves, not the short-term small moves. If you want, you can adjust that, and you probably see the change of character form here. But again, it's waiting for a significant move to consider that structure is fully shifted, and that would happen at an all-time high, which would give you that next big shift. So seeing this here, it's very possible it could consolidate here in the 2350 area or above that. But again, remember we said 2400 would be that upside target. But again, bouncing off that imbalance here on gold, I would say 4 hour and the daily starting to show a little bit more bullish structure. So I will say I am leaning more bullish on gold right now. But nonetheless, guys, let's continue and let's jump over to Solana, and then we're going to go over Ethereum because Solana, is our baby. We like Solana the most. Actually, let me pull it up on futures, or the one we have here. Boom, here we go. All of our lines in place. I got to delete some of these shorter term lines before we get there. Okay, so the biggest thing we recommended too on Solana is going, or with any indicator really, is going to the weekly charts, marking off those weekly levels, because what we see here, very significant point at 13649. That was a weekly rally that bounced there. The only reason we really had this plotted here, though, is because of the reject. If it was just this level, we probably wouldn't plot it. But the fact that it rejected off that 136.5, we go back in time now and see a beautiful shelf kind of being created off that weekly level. It's also respecting a previous break of structure on that weekly time frame. Everything lining up perfectly for Solana right now. The fact that this thing from its last pivotal point is pretty much respecting 50%, respecting the 618 here. Even if I pull it from this low here, I think it's respecting the top of the there you go, almost 50% retracement, but it's respecting the top of that golden pocket there as well. So everything's lining up nicely for Solana, giving you that proper weekly structure, which is all we want to see. Great little hammer close there on the weekly 2 weeks ago, but still price holding up with the 136.50. All that came from was the pivotal levels on that weekly time frame there. Next up was 174.37. That's gonna be our upside target for now. Going into the daily, though, that's where these other lines are coming in, because we talked about the 121 being that significant price. Okay, being that price that we wanted to definitely buy some. We talked about this before if you're on stream, and we tagged it almost exactly. We tagged a little bit lower around 118, but bounced directly off it. Now, what do we see here? We also see an inverse head and shoulders type setup here that's coming into play. You had that lower low that set here on the downside. Then we had the even lower low, and now we're potentially getting a higher low. But what I really like here is that we're getting a bull flag type of pattern going into this. I mean, it did set a lower low here, but it closed back up yesterday. But again, it's still setting lower highs and it's still setting lower lows. It's a wick lower low, but it's still there. So if this thing, tomorrow dives back down, let's say it holds up over 136, or just gives us that breakout candle, you'll probably see a nice push to at least retest 160. Now, 160 has been a problem, right? So we have to get through 160 to see it. I love the oscillator. Oscillator set a higher low, which is good. And now if we get a bullish turning point above the 50 level, and if it lines up with this structural point on the oscillator here, which is behind my head on the mobile stream, but if it lines up with this structural point on the oscillator there, then more than likely we'll get that push back to 160. We got to break through 160, but again, if it's over 136.50, we're very happy. Solana's done very well on the weekly, so that's the main focus of that weekly chart. Going into the 4 hour here, fading, fade consolidation, which is good. Had a very nice dip, swept liquidity, and coming back up, right? That's the first sign of a reversal. When you have a nice set low, you get a nice lower low, and essentially it pretty much is playing out a inverse head and shoulder. So we'll see if we get that, support continuation over 136.50 this week. And then we're looking for that 160 break. 160's got to break, and then we'll see some decent price action probably. Money flow profile, though. Again, look at this buy block happening here between 134 and 127. Very nice. Big reason why a lot of buying stepped in as well. Going to the 4 hour here, we'll see. Again, high peak of volume buying off 142, 142.90, 143 roughly. So we'll see if that, continues to happen as it's there right now. But we're in that high volume zone as well. You can see here. right there. Boom. That's a very high volume area that it's been trading through. Hence the peak on the money flow profile. So seeing that is very awesome. And we'll continue to go from there. I forgot to close Bitcoin predictions. So you guys had a very easy chance to get your Bitcoin predictions in today. So I just closed them. But there we go. Just ended them. My bad. But again, guys, Solana holding up over 136.50. We're happy. We'll see where it goes tomorrow. We just need to see a breakout through 160 to really see that bullish move. 4 hour if you wanted to trade this. I will say you potentially have it leaning upside more. I would want to get through 152 and then potentially target from there. But Solana, we'll see where it ends up going into the rest of the week. Sorry, let me check something. All right. But yeah, pretty much it on Solana. Let's go to Ethereum here. Go to Ethereum here. Top 10 viewer winner this past week. My Forex screener was our boy Doberman Guy. Make sure you reach out to me on Discord, by the way. All right, so what do we say on Ethereum day after day, week after week so far? We've been bearish on Ethereum on the daily in that 4 hour time frame. Again, look at the dead volume here at below 3K. The fact that it didn't bounce off 3K definitely leaned more bearish in our book. And we've been talking about 2,500 being that price. Now, it's finally coming back down to these lows, fading barely to the upside, but it's still following this mega slope. Mega slope, man. Mega slope's been in it. 3K broke below it. We thought, maybe if anything, it's going to bounce off 3K. Didn't happen. It's done it multiple times. Again, the more times you test it, the less likely it is to bounce there. So it breaking back down makes a lot of sense, right? Breaks through 3K, and now it's back, at 288. So we'll see if it can come back and retest roughly 2,600. That's a previous high on that daily, which would be interesting if it does break through this 28.14 low. But we still have the 28.14 low and all these wick lows to consider. So we'll see what it does. Nonetheless, structure was beautifully obeyed here on Ethereum with that reject on the daily of 3,200. And then breaking through these lows as well under 3K. So 3K now has become that area where people might be selling it. So we'll see where it ends up here coming into the rest of this week. But here you go. We talk about it every single time we're on stream. We optimize it there. We're good. And when price, again, is trading above or below the Neo Cloud, that is when the trend is king, right? So here, price trading through Neo Cloud, that's a no-go, right? Boom, 3 signal, price trades well above Neo Cloud, and then you get this massive rally. You also have the angle on the Neo Cloud being treated like an EMA. Again, when we say that, hang on tight because it's probably going to rally in whatever direction it's pointing. And there you go. You had that finally retested there, and then you got the breakdown. Consolidation through Neo Cloud, no trade zone. Neo breaks down, right? Comes up, retests Neo Cloud, and then immediately rejects and continues lower. Again, this is a no trade zone there. This is a good trade zone here. So trade here, don't trade there, right? Train through Neo, not train through Neo, train below it. So again, bearish was always in play here, especially on a daily for Ethereum there. Beautiful rejection of the Neo Cloud and continuing massive gap from it and the Neo. So again, if we're going to be bullish on Ethereum, I need to see this now over that 3,200. I need to go over 3,200. But, 3K psychological. If we get over that, we'll start seeing where it wants to head from there. But for now, next target to the downside, which is we can probably talk about here on Ethereum. I'm going to go to the weekly time frame. This is what's interesting, too, is the fact that, again, it's still inside that Neo Cloud, so no-go on the trading, right? It hasn't broken the bottom of the Neo. Bottom of the Neo Cloud here is sitting at 27.88, so it's close, right? It's very close. But what I like to see here is I'm going to go and pull up price action concepts. Here, we have 2 pivotal points on the weekly lined up beautifully here. 25.37, right? Right here, lined up there and there. So seeing that, this area here, I'm going to consider a pretty pivotal level. Or the last time it was 3K, so this is the next one. If we go back in time here, well, you got to reject there. Why not? If it goes down and retests that level, why wouldn't people probably end up buying it off there or at least taking profit? So if you're taking profit to the short side, you have to buy it, right? So in this case, looking for that move down to 25.37 could be a really nice move. I don't know if it would fully actually go down there. I think 2,600 could be a nice spot where it potentially bounces. So we'll keep an eye on it if that were to happen. It has to break through 2,800 first. So we're not really going to worry about that price down there. But, this thing's breaking down lower than Bitcoin is. So we can now start talking about potential lower levels that it might rally off of. Again, though, oscillator, let's look at it. Broke down below the 50 level. Yeah, this thing could make a full reset down here, maybe higher low. If not, maybe go extend to the other side. If that happens, we might look for a bearish setup. But for now, yeah, Ethereum coming down 2,500 could be that downside target on the weekly. But daily time frame, we really just need to break through this low here, which is 28.14. So looking quite interesting. What's up, Bob? How you doing, man? NeoCloud, which time frame? Daily, 4 hour. Always look at the daily. Always look at the 4 hour. Always look at the weekly. All right, guys. Let's look over some trades real quick. We'll take a look at the NASDAQ real quick. NASDAQ continuing, right? NASDAQ up now. Interesting pump here end of day. End of day rally, which is cool. ES, last time I looked at it, was barely green. Looking green now. We're back up. We had that crazy consolidation early on. Yet again, this is marking now ES on NASDAQ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green days in a row on this bounce back. Same with the NASDAQ, I think. No. Got it. So ES beating it out for the most green days in a row. Almost had the red day there. 9 green days in a row on the ES. Now, what did we say? We said, usually on this bounce back, more than likely you're going to get that move because this was a proper correction. Nice little bounce back there with a reset and everything. Still continuing. Today, if it closes over yesterday's high, which it wicked twice, right? We wicked twice there at 52.33.25. Day before 52.32.75. So it's very close to each other. This area right now, not a bad price to be closing up over. If it does 52.66, we might go get that retest tomorrow of this previous lower high that's kind of sitting here. I mean, it's not really a lower high, but 52.85 before that, inside that order block there was 53.08. Maybe this week we hit 5,300. That'd be crazy. But major bounce back, right? We talked about the correction. It lining up beautifully with the 5K level was pretty cool. But again, this was a full 7% correction. We talk about 5 to 10% when we look for a good correction. We got that on the ES. I think we got 9% on the NASDAQ, but it coming back where it's at. I mean, this is fading nicely. We might even see here after it, finds a pivotal point. If it doesn't break an all-time high, you might see some consolidation, to be honest, until we get, an idea of where we're going to be heading on these rate cuts. But nonetheless, very nice bounce back here. Very good there on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. I want to look at and here you go. Yet another reason, Let me optimize sensitivity to 17, as said in the dashboard. So here you go. Trading through NeoCloud, no-go, right? Breaks out of NeoCloud, starts trading above the NeoCloud. It steps up, it blocks off. This thing just doesn't want to go anywhere. Now, if I usually pair it with the oscillator. And so seeing this thing actually trading well above, and we missed that trade entry, right? We talked about the trade entry here. We never took it, which is a bummer because it's doing nicely. But again, this thing trading well above the NeoCloud, we're not going to be worried about it until it retags that Neo. Resistance-wise, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to go by. You have a few lower highs. It kind of broke through a pretty core level here at 52.50. So seeing that break, we could get that break. Go get that retest at 5,300 here soon. So, yes, man, looking really nice. Gotta love it. That's awesome. Nice trending state right now. See if it continues. NASDAQ, same thing. This thing's rallying pretty nicely. Trading well above the NeoCloud. Let's optimize 13. ETH this year so disappointing. Yeah, man. I mean, just Ethereum, right? How much you can say about ETH, to be honest. Yeah, NASDAQ, same situation, man. This thing has maybe a little bit at 18,500. That's what I would worry about. Watch 18,500, see if we can go and touch that this week, and we'll go from there on that one as well. So not bad. Not bad on the NASDAQ continuing to break higher. Now, guys, crude oil. Our crude oil trade, we've been in this for a while now. Let's see. Crude oil has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days now. In this trade, we've locked in 75% of our position. locked it in for profit. Now, you know, we're just going to be holding a stop there. Next target on this, guys, is that 75 area. You know, not anywhere specific in the 75s yet. I want to see what it does, if it does go retest that. But we swapped to that swing high from Friday. So that lower high there lining up there, 79.96. We have it right at 80.04. That's gonna be our stop for profit. We just let the rest ride, see where it goes. Man, allergies kicking in. But yeah, 78 now. Let's see if we can break down, go tag that 75. Be cool. But we'll talk about that as it continues to go. The other trade we were in is the where is it? Setups. Is TRX. TRX down today. We had 2 green days nicely holding up above our entry price, but we're down today. Again, for TRX here, we mostly took the entry because, you know, we saw this thing extend over and create that higher low off of there. Now, this wasn't an A+ setup. Remember, that's why, you know, we entered less. Now, this obviously isn't less. I mean, we're Pepe trading, so we'll enter less than we would have, I guess, if we would have hit a full entry. But remember, we talked about this. I told you guys the risks behind this. But again, it's still, you know, in structure in which we want it to be. So it's just a matter of patience now. But we said lower risk regardless because of the fact that I was having trouble here on the oscillator, even though extended. We usually like to see that come first straight down and make that turning point. But we'll keep watching it. Today, if it does close with a bearish turning point here, if that's something, you know, that you are scared of, then you can get out. But again, if this thing's going to be holding above this area here, and if I turn on price action concepts, you see that change character there. If it's going to be holding roughly above this change character, it's well worth the hold in my opinion. You could easily, you know, you can see it's already getting bought back today. We could easily get this thing back up through that high, but that 13 still in that first price target as well. So we'll see if it ends up getting up there to 13 here in a few days. But daily setups are nice because we can actually wait them out versus a 4 hour. So daily setup here is still, you know, in play. We'll see if it gets up and holds above that change character. If it doesn't, we'll start considering that loss, but still in that nice bullish structure. So we'll see where it's at in the next few days. BNB, I think we're, what, daily time frame we're watching? Was it daily? Or 4 hour? Probably 4 hour. Yeah, BNB, I'm going to take off the list. I pretty much missed that one. Solana was a daily potential trade if it would have rallied up, I think. Or was it 4 hour? I think it was 4 hour, actually. 4 hour there with that turning point never happened. Yeah, that's where it was here. Boom, boom. Or no, it was bearish. It was going to be a bearish turning point. Never happened. Taking that off. Bitcoin. Bitcoin was, I think, it was a 4 hour as well. Bitcoin was a 4 hour as well. We want to see if it extended over. Didn't happen again. Because we want to see this extend here, then a turning point up here. Didn't happen. Bitcoin off the list now. ES, we missed the trade. That's what happened. We missed the trade on ES. WorldCoin here. Wanted to see a bullish setup. Or no, we're gonna do a dang.
Who's your daddy?
It was a 4 hour short we're gonna look for on WorldCoin here. But it didn't actually hit our entry point. We saw a pivotal point here, right? From this extended price here, but didn't create it below the 50% level. That's why it's like sometimes it's like iffy, right? Sorry, I'm reading back on the chat. Bitcoin is stuck, Jenny. Now, if that turning point would have occurred here, we would have taken the short, right? But nonetheless, the short would have played out. So great job if you actually took that 4 hour short for some reason on WorldCoin. Didn't happen for us. Go to Rune. Y'all gave me a lot of good potentials on Friday. I think this was a daily setup. Yeah. So this is a daily setup on Rune. We're going to continue to watch Rune here. That's what I was hoping. I can't remember how many daily setups we had. So Rune is making a pullback so far on our setups here. We'll see here. Does it bounce in between the 5 or the 618? But it coming down, creating that turning point above the 50 level is all we want to see here, and we'll take our entry. So still watching Rune. TRB here. That is on the list. We'll talk about TRB. This has the potential setup too in what we are looking for. So we'll see. We're going to wait for that consolidation, or not consolidation, but that higher low to be formed. So we'll talk about that. TRX, we just went over. PHB, yet another one. Yep, PHB potential setup as well. We got to keep an eye on the oscillator for that one too. So that's pretty much it for all the majors. Let's see the Euro really quickly. Euro breakout, guys. Boom. So remember what we said on the Euro. The Euro was one of those that we wanted to see make that breakthrough 108. Finally did, setting higher lows, looking very nice. We did say we were a little bit more bullish on this than bearish, but again, this was kind of a no man's land for us. We did finally break the 108. Happy about that. If this thing goes up and actually retests this high and creates another higher low, the slope is still in play, which is nice. If it creates that higher low, then maybe we'll look for that, potential bounce back and continue from there. But pretty nice nonetheless there with that finally breaking through that 108. Love to see that. So nice little fade back. This is typical though on the Euro. Look at how much consolidation has been happening since 2023. It's just back and forth, back and forth. So we'll see where that is from there. But nice little move there if you ended up being a part of the Euro on that one. But let's get to the wheel, guys. We have about less than 45 minutes to go over what's on the wheel. Again, I just need to end a little bit shorter today. Got a meeting, but we'll keep an eye on it. It won't be a 2-hour mark. So once we're done with the wheel here, we will get into it. Let's just start off to make it quick with TRB. Let's start off with TRB. I feel like we should keep a symbol here on GME. It's just keep an eye on it. GME 43, so it's still kind of just chilling. Made it move back nearly up to 50. So we'll leave that there. I'm going to keep an eye on it on the right-hand side. Those of you on mobile can't see it. All right, TRB. TRB. Now, TRB, like we said here, we want to wait to see if this thing creates our setup, right? So for that to happen, first off, it's quite interesting because 50% retracement would actually line up beautifully on the daily here. So, again, bullish turning point here. We love the aggressive. GME, what? Dylan, we went over GME, man. Go back on the stream. We went in depth on GME. Just need to get that turning point. It did extend. Yep, you're right. So we got to get a bullish turning point now on TRB, and we'll take that trade once we get that bullish turning point somewhere down here. Remember what we said, the $100 level we really like. $100, we think it could be the best price. But, guys, we discussed this on stream, too, all the time. It's like we talked about, when that turning point happened, we're looking for that retracement. So, guys, this thing from when that turning point happened, which is on this day, it never retested the high. And right now, from there to there, it was 7% drop, about $9. So, could have taken a short on that. It'd been beautiful. But again, that's what we wanted to see for this move back on the weekly. But that $100 level is pretty pristine. We'll see if it ends up hitting it. But here, 81.28 would be insane. It's not going to go back that far, I don't think, after this mega pump here. I was going to see what else was in play. Money flow there. Look at this. Goodness gracious. Money flow profile. Highest volume spot here. Clearly, rejection. Let's see. Where was it at, though, before this hit? Oh, it just so happened to be at the exact same spot. So, again, why wouldn't you, actually target that area as a take profit? I don't know why you wouldn't consider that. But there you go. We also have that massive, massive buy block at what? 100.20. Okay? Massive, massive spot there. So, we'll keep an eye on that coming back down for it. Maybe go from there. Cali indicators, I'm using money flow profile, price action concepts, and the signals and overlays. And here you go, guys. Signals and overlays here was the next one I was going to bring up. And this thing literally is beautiful. Let's go to the 16 sensitivity here. We went over gold earlier, bud. There you go. Bullish turning point. Bullish neocloud coming in formation. So guess what? Where's it sitting? 100 sitting right there inside the bullish neocloud. So, yo, Shiv, how you doing, man? Welcome back. At that $100 level. So we'll be keeping an eye on that for TRB, and then we'll be taking a trade from there. But I think, yeah, we'll probably get that retest first before we get a continuation. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, let's keep going. Remember, we got about 40 minutes here. 40 minutes or less, actually. Got to fix my key. Matic. Gonna make these quick. $100. Yeah, I'll take a trade on that off 100 automatic. I'm gonna optimize this to 10 for the daily here. Here's current states, and again, trading below that Neo Cloud, very bearish. Here rejected the inside of that imbalance. Let's go to the weekly time frame on Matic here, money flow profile. Wow, a lot of volumes on there. That's crazy. Nonetheless, here, you know, this thing was one of those where, like, again, it had its rally with Bitcoin, but then it just couldn't hold it. So right here was that structural point, right? You had a previous high, previous low, higher low in this case, and a previous bounce, support level, rejection, support, rejection again. So what happens last time it rejected it, right? This thing ran down to 50 cents. I would not think anything else of it. It'll probably run to 50. Odds are right now are mega stacked to the downside. Probably going to see 50 before you see anything else here on Matic. I wouldn't really say much else than that. Money flow profile there, you know, very weak volume. It's heavy on the bottoms. Let's go to the daily here. Mostly selling. Look at the sellers off that in the 70s there. Yeah, man, 50 cents looks a lot better now. This is also a bear flag that broke, and now it's continuing potentially to break lower. But again, watch 65, see if it breaks through that. If you want to be bullish on this, got to get through 77 on Matic. Okay, so that's definitely bearish. Definitely bearish on Matic. Let's keep going. We're gonna fly through these today, brother. Let's get it. All right, bro. All right, come on. He missed me. He's mad at me because we were gone. Yo, not today. Not today, Pepe. No. Wrong sound effect. Excuse me. Errors in the chat for me pushing that sound effect. Maybe that'll motivate him. Who knows? Maybe that'll motivate him. There you go. BCH for Punctuator. I know he was eyeing that. So Punctuator said big news this week, right? Bitcoin hash rate declines. Yeah, in a separate thing. I can't remember. Let me know. But let's just look at the analysis for now, because obviously if it's a news event, I would wait on that. Remember on this, we had a trade literally off the 30s here. Shiba Inu is now known as Shiba Zombie. Why? Why is it Shiba Zombie? All right. Nonetheless, here Bitcoin Cash literally ripped to that 700 level. We talk about 680s, guys. Yet again, weekly levels. Look, plot the weeklies, right? Weekly level here, right? That's a huge pivotal point. Pivot there, massive rally to the downside. Weekly level here, right? Massive rally to the upside. All our weekly levels, that just so happens to line up with this level as well. So there you go. And guess where we're at? We've broken down from this. So look at where this rejected 670. That came from this pivotal point, middle of the Neo Cloud, pretty much. Boom, reject. I mean, that's why you plot your weekly levels. Rejecting off this, broke and closed below 447. Not a huge fan of that. Right now, target, heavy downside 402. We get that update like Punctuator said, and that could change things. But again, watch this 424, 425 area. And maybe we'll continue down from there. If that happens, look for, dailies, lining up down. Man, what a bull flag break. Dailies lining up down here, 358. Open, close, low in the daily, as well as a high volume order block. That's kind of where I would target if, something bad happens. If not, first 403, 400 psychological level. Then we'll talk about that 300 daily level. 360. So 400 first and 360. Bear side still in the move. It has to get over 500 to be bullish on BCH. But nonetheless, what a breakdown there. Nice little sell off and then fade. Oscillator is starting to lean and potentially create divergence. We'll see if it does coming into potential news, I guess, this week, he said. We went over Solana there, Naz, already earlier in the stream. If you want to check out the Solana analysis, make sure you go to the YouTube stream. Go back in the time. All right. Come on, Pepe, give me something good. There you go. IMX. All right, here we go. IMX, well, there you go. You're right inside the very high volume level of that yellow bar there from the money flow profile. Boom. high volume area. So, right, we want to see this thing holds up. The nice part about IMX is it held on a weekly level here. So here's your weekly level for IMX. You do have a weekly pivotal level here. We got a weekly pivotal level here. So I will be watching those, right? But again, even with this BOS break, didn't find that support over. It's back in between, this higher low and then now where it's at. I don't like that this is retesting a higher low. Usually when it's retesting a higher low, it's not the best price point to consider a potential buy off of it. But again, that, like we said, on the daily here, we're in a high volume level. So I don't like it setting higher lows and higher highs. If I'm going to be bullish on this, I need to break through 240. But for now, if this is something you've been looking to potentially buy, I don't think this $2 level is a bad spot to start. I wouldn't necessarily buy everything, now. But $2 somewhere around there could be a good spot just based on the high volume here on the daily. But going from there, if this thing breaks below 177 or let's see, what's this higher low here? If it breaks below 190, this thing wicked all the way down here, got bought back. Depends on the weekly candle close. If you get a weekly candle close below 190, it's probably going to go retest like 175, 170s. And then if it's even worse, it'll go retest like 146. But if IMX is something you've been looking into, $2, not bad. I don't think $2 is bad on this. So 190 to $2 would be an area to watch. I just hate that it's retesting a higher low. Usually that's not a good sign. It could indicate a potential head and shoulders just off of this previous high here. So head and shoulders would line you up like this. So it would end up breaking lower. So we'll see. 250 break would make it, kind of bullish. So if it can break over 250, we'll talk about it. We talked about maybe 240 as well, but 250 should come into play at 2 because that previous high here. But again, it's in that high volume area, so people are willing to buy and sell it at this area. So that's a good sign. We'll see who wins the battle, right? When are you winding up? What do you mean? Moham, what are you thinking, brother? Nas, Lord of Solana equals Los, please analysis. I don't even know. What is Lord of Solana? Is that a meme coin? I'm assuming it is. Meme token? All right. We got a little bit of time here. Near. Let's get it. POL equals L. Okay. You guys are just talking gibberish today. All right. Y'all know the drill. Near has been been a fun one. A fine consolidation. So near closed bearish, closed over the previous week's open. Yeah, no, it's not gonna go over meme coins, man. I'm sorry. We'll go over anything besides meme. The only memes we really go over are like Doge and then sometimes like Pepe. All right, so 8264, right up here at this high. 8264 lining up at that weekly high here on near. So near lining up here at that weekly level, right? Weekly pivotal level happening beautifully. The other thing I would like to talk about is that $7 level. That $7 was the main level we really want to consider. So in this zone, we like it for that continuation. It obeyed the structure as well here, right? Obeyed structure very well as it came back, retraced, retested that BOS, closed 2 weeks in a row above the 560 coming from that pivotal point on the weekly. Love it a lot. Neo Cloud is not in play on the weekly yet, but if we go to the daily here, we can kind of see been in bearish Neo Cloud, but it's trading above a bearish Neo Cloud, which is a good sign. So I would wait to see if this thing actually starts to flip back, but we would have to see a break above 750, a candle close above 750. If we get a candle close above 750, I'm going to be targeting 885 first. Okay, we just need to get up above that level bad. But I do like the consolidation. Money flow profile, highest volumes down here. You got a massive buy block down there. Let's go to the weekly here. Highest volume obviously is at the lows there. Makes sense because it's in a trending state on a weekly. Let's go to 4 hour. There you go. 4 hour, $7. Remember, we marked that off on the weekly. This has been trading in and out of 7 for a while. Okay. If it's going to continue to hold 7, I'm happy. This thing's fading, setting lower low and lower highs to the downside here, but not aggressively, which is a good sign. That could be enough consolidation to maybe get it going. Higher low in the oscillator. If this creates a higher low above that 50 level, you actually might get that 750 break. So we'll see. We need to see a higher low get formed right now. If anything, maybe go retest 680, then give me the higher low. Either way, hold the 7 as much as you can. Don't give me much time below that 7 or even this high volume area on near. I would still be bullish on it because that weekly is just so clean. Great price action on the weekly. Daily time frame though, if it continues to trade above 7, I'm happy. Upside target though, like we said already, is gonna be 887, 850, 887. So let's watch it. But also how much potential has near? But near, I mean, this thing's showing a lot of potential. So if you guys, want to do your research on it, consider, if you want to get in on this on near for some reason, you've been waiting to get in on near, $7 seems to be a good price for it so far to kind of start a position. So again, not financial advice. Y'all know the risk. You know the drill. All right, let's keep going. Got about 20 minutes here. 20 minutes. Almost. Give me something good. There you go. There's a ton. Have you looked at Sol? Breakout potential to 160. Yes, we looked at Sol earlier, man. We were liking Sol over the 136. If it's going to continue to trade over 136, we like it. Like it for the breakout. All right, ton. Yo, amazing. All right, so ton here, guys. Yet another one that, we've been keeping a close eye on because, like we said before, when you see these things show you... Goodness gracious, give me the weekly. Okay, it's not listening to me. When you see these things trade well above where it started trading and it's high volume. Yo, what's up, Phobia? How you doing? Obviously above $2, especially when it first launches on like what's it called, on Binance and stuff. This thing is trading well above where it was originally having issues in the value. All right, value issues around $2. So this thing breaking up, being at 7 now, great sign, creating, a nice weekly higher low. When you see price trade off a weekly after it pumped as much as it did, creating a higher low and then regaining that level, very, very good sign. Okay, so we did consider a short though on ton that never played out, right? So this extending to the other side, never creating a reject below the 50. So it's a no-go on the trade, right? So this thing completely came back, rallied, and now retesting open close high. I don't know how many times I could say map out open close highs, but here you go, yet again, open close high marked here. Price, there's that marked open close high. There's price rejecting that beautifully. Guys, give me 1 second, okay? I gotta blow my nose. It's itching me. 1 second. All right, we're back, man. Yeah, but here you go. Look at this massive 683. Look at all the buy volume happening off of there. 683 buy volume looks very juicy. Yo, we got 30 minutes left. GME's trying to get up. It's moving. GME's at 47 now. We'll look at that before we end the stream. 6.83, guys. That's what I'd be watching right now a ton. If we go to the 4 hour there. Look at this, by the way. Let's just mark off 683, right? 683 is right here, okay? I'm gonna horizontal line, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay. Man, I was really hoping that would respect it. It didn't. Never mind. Either way. Wicks I was hoping there would be like just a big wick and it kind of closed back over that. It's that daily buy block we saw there. 683. I mean, it's technically like a range. You could even just mark the high and the low here. I think it's saying average is 683. I have to double check on that calculation, but here's 4 hour for you. Bro did a quick bumpy. Goodness gracious. But again, coming back down on the 4 hour, we're setting that lower high. Here's in the chat for that guy. I don't even want to know what I would, how I would be doing that kind of drug. You don't want me doing that. I'll tell you that. All right. It was caffeine. Caffeine gets me going. So you guys know when I'm actually really dialed on caffeine. I can't imagine if the big errors in chat for that. Either way, weekly here, guys. This is what I want to see on a weekly. Just closing over this high here. Close over 6.78, man. That'd be nice. 4 hour though is showing that potential bearish divergence. We had divergence here with the oscillator here. It's already breaking down. Look at how it's breaking down like this, but price is recovered. So that's a good sign. This could be a nice little reset here on the 4 hour to make that continuation. I wouldn't be bearish on this until it breaks below 660, which it hasn't. So ton looks really good so long as it doesn't break below 660. On the weekly, just watching to see if it can close over 680 would be the ideal price point to watch. Let's keep going. Don't spam. Yeah, please don't. I would very much appreciate it. I should pull a prank on you guys and like just put like flour under my nose or something. Dang, dude. Avalanche. I'd definitely get canceled. Voting for a ban. Yeah, we should honestly do. If he keeps spamming it, we'll put him in timeout. What's up, Eric? How you doing, man? What is up, brother? All right. So, Avalanche on the daily. Yet again, 32 is that price we like. We want to see. Time to do something. Flour. Uh-huh. Exactly. That's why I wouldn't do it. Bad idea. Bad idea. All right. Okay. So you got weekly level here. Come on, Avalanche. Please don't close. If Avalanche closes under this weekly level, guys, I'm going to be targeting downside. I'm going to be targeting like, next up would be, boom, 28. Give me 28. So if it does close below this 32 on the weekly, we'll be looking for 28. Now, let's look at what Singles Never Lace is telling us here. And go to the daily for that. Again, we've discussed it over and over again. As you can see, price trading well below the Neo. Rejected the Neo Cloud. Is still continuing lower. But, if that's going to happen, we continue to consider the downside. 28.35 would be that next target there. We can see it rejected a very nice imbalance on the price action concepts. That right there, you can see it tagged before that 28. You could maybe say 29.59. But again, we need to see the weekly, Dame. The weekly candles gotta close back above 32, right? Your odds to hit 28 are way greater now. But that's what I'd be targeting right now. Odds to hit 28 are way greater if we have this candle close here. So we got 5 days, 5 hours. I think we're good for now. So we'll see if it does or doesn't. Daily time frame should be okay, closing down there because we can, see 29.50. So maybe this week we see this. I mean, if we get 2-3 days like this and one big day like that, that's fine. I'm okay with that. So we'll wait to see. How can I get the order flow indicator? Which one you talking about? You talking about this one? Money flow profile? Just search money flow profile on the indicator list. Avalanche said, remember 32 we liked for a potential long buy if you're looking for it. Obviously not financial advice. You know your risk. But again, Avalanche, do your research. See if you wanted to invest in Avalanche. 32, we like the price. I like the stock. GME, man. See if it hits 48.50 before close. But there you go. Avalanche 32 hold looking good. All right, guys. Can Pepe hit one of these? Can it hit one of three? Nope. All right, that's fine. Let's do SUI. SUI. Man, poor SUI breaking down. SUI just fading. Now here you go. Here's the problem with new coins, and I don't know what's going on. Interesting. April 30th. They partner with Google Cloud, and then just get deleted. What's it? April 30th here. They lose that partnership or something? Let's see. Dang, why didn't it move? I guess it was just already priced in. All right, so in this case, guys, right here, 125.29. That's what I wanted to see it bounce on that weekly. It tried to, and then it failed. So it coming down where it's at. I mean, who knows from here, right? Who knows from here? Weekly time frame. Going back into this. Let me go back. What the heck? Daily here, it's like, let me look at the money flow profile. There you go. High volume down there, 60s, man, possibly. I mean, this thing's just kind of in a waterfall here. It's just selling off. I need to see some type of buying before even considering any type of analysis here. But in this current state, trading well below that Neo cloud, and it's continuing to the downside. Reject the Neo, escape the Neo 3 continuation signal, and continuing to the downside. Go to the weekly one more time. Sorry. Let me turn that off. Don't have enough data. But yeah, I mean, weekly, maybe 75. It's just, I don't even think 75 would be the spot. Yeah, even then 4 hours just getting demolished. Broke through. Look at that reject there of the high volume area. Yeah, guys, I don't see much faith for SUI right now. You know, next order block lineup is, you know, right around 70, 71-ish is the median there. Yeah, I would just say psychologically 80 probably be that price point first to target before anything else. But we need to see some buying volume. Everything's bearish here, so it's gonna keep dumping. All right, let's continue here. Let's go to JTO, and then we'll do render last. JTO. No camera. Oh, oops. Guys, hold on. I didn't plug it in. What am I doing? I got you, don't worry. I got you, don't worry, brother. Come back to me. There we go. We're back. All right. That's why, though, just terrible. It's just not going anywhere. High inflation, somebody said on TikTok. Marv FX, man, there's no like VIP thing. Just join our Discord. It's Google search Luxalgo Discord, or and it's free, by the way. Google search Luxalgo Discord, or just type in discord.gg/lux. All right, JTO, guys. Then we got one more after that, and then yeah, boys, gotta go. We'll see our Bitcoin predictions here in just a minute. All right, JTO. Remember, we talked about the $4 break and push. So right now on JTO, getting a little bit of price rejection right below 450 again. But what I want to see here now is, again, you have this daily area that, you know, we discussed before. Here, I'd wanted to see price, you know, it would have been nice to see price get a daily candle close above the 420 price, which we never did, which was the wick high here from back in April of 2024, of course. But there's a few things to discuss. We can discuss this daily open close high here. We could see maybe 357 if we're going to get a potential setups. But if not, you know, let's see if we can just close over this open close price right here where the bottom of that box is. Today, if we can close over 3.82, you know, I'll probably be happy. Sorry, 3.83. We could potentially see this continuation. Yesterday, obviously, a wick below it and then closed above. We got 4 hours left here on this daily candle, so we do have enough time to get it. If that doesn't happen, you know, 3.57 is what I'll be watching. But I want to see if that slope will hold up here on JTO. It's having some troubles here. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, as you can see here, a lot of resistance at 420. Blaze, but you know, 3.57. So yeah, that could be it. Let's go to the daily again. I want to see its pivotal. Let's see, you know, where's that 50% retracement? 50% retracement. Guess what? 3.57. Hey, Crypto Mindset. Crypto Mindset is not wrong, guys. We do 2 live streams pretty much per day. We do one in Discord with our boy Mickey. Man's is a goat for sure. So go check out that live stream too as well. Earlier on in the day, if you want an earlier one. 3.57 though, guys. Watch that on JTO. See if it continues that structure. Weekly though, here you go. Weekly right here. Here's an open close high on the weekly. JTO obviously newer. You know, do your research, see what you think. Weekly had a nice candle close last week. Guess what? Weekly last week closed over previous week's high. Previous week's high was 3.181 or 3.81. Sorry. 3.81. Closing price last week was 3.998. Love it. Getting a little bit of retracement, but it's holding over the previous week's high. So see how it trades the rest of the week. But again, this week, let's close bullish. Be nice. or over 4 would be really good. So we'll keep a close eye on it. But for now, not looking too great if today closes where it's at. We'll probably get some weird price action. But there you go, high volume on the 4 hour there. It's trying right now, and that's again above previous highs as well, as it was breaking this downtrend that it was in. Very small downtrend, but above previous highs. Still bounced here. It's trying to bounce again. See if it does. But if it breaks below that 365 at the very least, it's gonna probably get a retest like 340 or lower. So we'll see. But there you go, JTO signals and overlays here. Let me optimize it. These newer ones have crazier volatility, so the optimization is going to be a little different. Still trading above, well above that Neo Cloud. Daily here is still fresh. Let's go to the 1 hour and see as well. I want to see what's happening on lower time frames. 12. Yeah, the volatility on this is nuts. But a lot of consolidation happening through this zone, so that's what I'll be watching for that daily movement here through that zone from that wick high there. Keep a close eye on that through that wick high. So we'll definitely be watching that this week here. 3.82, see if it closes above it. Come on, baby, please. All right, let's go to render. Oh, render. What's happening? What's happening in the chat, guys? What is going on? Oh boy, render. Well, render bounced, guys, beautifully off the level we talked about. Remember, we were shilling $7 like crazy. Again, obviously, I can't give you financial advice, but $7 was the money price, and we literally bought the best price ever. We talked about it over and over again on stream. Man, made a rally through $11. Dude, congrats to everybody that was a part of that so far. Now, what are we looking for? What are we looking for now, right? Watch, we pull up our handy dandy Fibonacci. What do we see? Structural point right here, lower high in play with the change character. Just so happens to line up in between the 382 and the 5, right? Beautiful area for potential retracement, giving us that trending state. Very extended, remember, on the daily. Very extended, okay? This is healthy, right? NeoCloud, any free indicator? Yeah, man, the money flow profile you see when I pop up here is a free indicator. The rest you actually can try out risk-free for 30 days. You check the link in the bro. Exactly what are you trading? We're just going over suggestions people had at the beginning of the stream. All right. But nonetheless, when a trade sets up, we talked about our setups early on, and the trades ran early on in the stream if you want to go back and check it out. But guys, right here, this zone is what I'm watching on render. Remember, we talked about 7 week after week, day after day. What a beautiful price coming off of that previous, or right when it opened up trading on Binance here, right at 7. Tagged it beautifully, and you had that bullish, mega bullish close that week. I'm trading balls. Okay. There's a chat for Dame. Dame says that again. I'm putting him in timeout. GME will be 15 by Friday. That's very possible, man. It's very possible. But again, it's an interesting spot right now because a lot more people understand what happened with GME. You realize that GME, as of now, we'll talk about that in a minute too. GME as of now literally is, almost touching the same exact price point it was when we had the original short squeeze. It's 50% away from that high that it set. Guys, all right, render though, just all we need to see if it comes off of this holding. We like double digits, right? We love double digits. If it can come off and hold and retest that change character and holding off that imbalance there, right off of 934 is the dead center. I'm not in what? I'm not talking about balls. I bought some balls when it was like a hype thing, but yeah, no. I'm not. That's why you don't touch meme coins. Just not a. It's a fun learning experience. It's about all you get from it. But yeah, that 50% retracement lines up beautifully with it. Signals and overlays though. Guess what? The NeoCloud is turning bullish, my friends. The NeoCloud is turning bullish. We got that 3 signal now, opposing signal. We were setting nice lower highs. Got a bullish Neo now. I would like that to block off a little bit more. So we'll see how the price action goes into the rest of this week. But nonetheless, man, massive move so far. Nice little fade. It's pretty much due for that rally. If Render actually makes a nice retracement turning point above the 50 level as well on the daily here, I might actually consider a trade on it too. So we'll see. We will see if that creates that turning point. Nonetheless, Render, beautiful buys off 7 if you're a part of it. Still like it here, guys. Retracement area between the 9.3 and the 9.75. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? All right, that's it on the list for today. We got about 5 minutes left. Okay, so we do Bitcoin 1 second trading. I'm going to talk about GME real quick because what do we say, guys? Watch this thing close over 50 here before the end of the day. Insane. Jay, honestly, do you still have balls, or did you? I could go look at my Phantom wallet. I probably do have some. I don't know, man. I literally, again, if you don't remember me talking about it, literally bought it because of the amount of hype that was around it. But then that was before I learned that people can create meme coins in a matter of seconds. And so, I mean, I probably still have some in my Phantom wallet. There's a lot of my Phantom wallet. All right. Those of you that don't know, pre-market we hit 80 on GME. I'm going to go over this one last time. Pre-market we hit 80 on GME. Look what, after the split, the all-time high for the last time we had that short squeeze on GME when the hype was happening, or when the original short squeeze happened, was 50% from here. Okay? Again, that doesn't put into perspective what's going on. I don't know what will. Look at the rejects there off 80 before, right? This is when the hype happened. The fact that all it took was literally 2 days of trending on Twitter and some other platforms is why this essentially, if it continues what it's been doing, could be twice as big as the original short squeeze, okay? There is a lot more people that understands what happened with GME due to the movie that came out, due to the overall uptick in trading with meme coins that happened just recently, and just the overall idea of Robinhood and all this. People have now realized, holy crap, you know, I can invest very easily. I can buy these things very easily. There is 10 times as many people that fully understand what happened with GME now than when it first started happening. So this is one of those things where FOMO and trend, if you've seen people and what they've done with these meme coins and getting 1,000x return on, you know, some craziness, well, that could happen here with GME and be 2 or 3 times as big, just because the access around GME versus people not understanding how to actually trade meme coins. So again, this is potentially a massive start to an even bigger short squeeze. So just lay low, watch it, see what happens, have a little fun with it, know your risk. I'm not recommending buying this whatsoever. Do not buy it. I'm going to just say it now. Do not buy it unless you know exactly what you're doing, or if you just want to straight up gamble. But again, the understanding of what a short squeeze is, the understanding of how many people can easily just trade things now, is why this has a potential of being twice as big as it was before. Again, it's only 50% from this high this morning. It was 50% from that all-time high that it set back when it happened, okay? So watch, you know, it's just, you know, there's a lot more hype behind this. It's been brewing kitty tweets. Boom, there you go. There's your spike. Price today trying to close over it. But nonetheless, that's my idea around GME, guys. Remember crude oil trade that we're in, targeting 75s, TRX. We're watching to see if we can get that hold above that 1230s. You know, it's already getting bought back today. But between those two, next up is that 13-cent mark on that. Crude oil was the 75 drop. We'll see if we can get it. Money flow profile as well is kind of where it's at. So we'll see if it breaks below that 77, it'll probably start trending. So we'll see. We have the stop and profit now from that move that we had. So we'll continue from there. But we'll see it, my friends. Let's get to the Bitcoin chart. We're going to do some 1 second trading for a minute. And then we're going to call it a day. We're going to take predictions after, you know, in about 2 or 3 minutes. All right. 1 second chart, baby. Don't lag on me. Don't lag on me. I think the volatility is a little low right now on Bitcoin. Yeah, it is. Look at it. Look how slow this thing is. We might not get a trade. This thing's real slow. Dang. Oh, that's a 1 minute. I'm dumb. Sorry. Here we go. Oh, I don't know why. It might be this browser or something that just does not like it. Because it was working the other day on my other browser. Hold on, let's see something. All right. Maybe if I do it on Bitstamp, even though that 1 second chart is gonna suck. Yeah, BTC USDT. Let's try it on Tether. We'll do Tether again, I guess. Even though it's not the same. I don't know why it keeps lagging for me on that one. Using up too much data. It's probably because we're streaming on so many platforms. Best indicators, free/pay for swing. Man, oscillator matrix there. My favorite indicator ever for swing trading. Oscillator matrix. And then pretty much the only thing I use for swings. Why isn't it? You need to learn 2 things. Extending, turning point. That's it. Good luck with your crypto career. Literally. That's all you need to know, brother. Yeah, trend lines with breaks. Great one, too. Why is this thing... Maybe if I pull it up on another platform. I'm not going to right now because I'm going to call it here in about 2 seconds. I'm going to leave it right here. I'm not even going to touch it. It's lagging on my end, but maybe it's not. All right, we're just going to leave it here. I'm not going to move it. All right. We'll just play. We'll just fight through the lag. I just can't zoom in and out. We'll just fight through it. Can't zoom in and out. Yeah, it has to. Turning point has to happen below or above 50. You are correct. Nathan, the oscillator matrix, yes, but you can try it out risk-free for 30 days. Yeah, we need GME up here, though. Let me go back to setups. I see GME. GME 48.91. 49. That'd be crazy. If it closed over 50, that'd be nuts. All right, guys. I'm going to give it... Oh, the sun's coming through, so my green screen's messing up. Yo, chill, green screen. Chill. I'm not He's not real. All right, 1 sec. Hopefully it fades off. It's all good, though. They should automatically update now. AVAX is done before. Bitcoin more, yeah. Is it more right now? 61367. 615. Yeah, this is going to just hit more. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and give it more. Moore's our winner today. Congrats if you put those Bitcoin predictions in. Moore is the winner today. Get 100 points added to your profile. Congrats to our boy Doberman guy for being the winner today. Make sure you reach out to me on the on Discord. Okay, I got you. All right, let's see if we can get one trade in here. Here we go. We might have a trade here on our Bitcoin 1 second chart. Come on, 100 Bitcoins right now. There you go. Bullish extended turning point. Now give me a bearish extended turning point, or just a bearish turning point now. Give me one now. Now. No. All right, that's fine. Rally up. Break the lower high. Rally up. Break the lower high. Rally up. Break the lower high. Okay, this turns bullish over here. I'll take it. Whatever. It's still in a bearish trend, though. Never mind. Guys, nonetheless, though, yeah, if it doesn't happen here in a second, guys, make sure you go follow the Twitter. If you want real-time updates on everything going on in the markets, follow our Twitter at LuxAlgo. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So massive halting 34 times today. That's crazy. Great memes. We're giving you the best analysis on there as well that you would need for some, dailies or your short time frames, pretty much the long terms for nice swings and stuff. But besides that, the updates you need in today's market are on that. Just make sure when you do follow, you just hit that little bell icon there. You will be updated, okay? You'll be notified with everything going on in the market to keep you on edge. We've been posting things way before some of these major pages. So if you want great information all the time, make sure you follow Twitter at LuxAlgo. Besides that, make sure you join the Discord as well. We very much appreciate it. It's free. Discord.gg/Lux. Would love to see you in there. No 1 second trade today. Just didn't get the setup. I do got to go. Let's see where GME closes. 1 second chart on GME. GME looks like it's going to close just fine. Remember, guys, with GME, with AMC, with all of these, the major moves happen pre-market and post-market, okay? Look what happened late. Like, it took a while yesterday evening, but ran... It literally ran right here, 23%. Pre-market, what did it do? Did a crazy, almost 100% from its open. Nearly, yeah, pretty much 100%. So watch the after hours, watch the pre-market. We'll see how it goes into the rest of the week. I hope you guys, let's go to the end screen. The end is the, breaking the matrix again. Nonetheless, go ahead and get off of this. If I can not find the freeze, there we go, boom. Nonetheless, guys, appreciate you tuning in today. We'll see you guys back tomorrow. It'll be a little bit earlier of a stream tomorrow. I mean, it'll be between 1 and 2 Eastern still, but it won't be. We literally went live, I think, at the last minute. So everything's good now. Tomorrow, we'll see you between 1 and 2 Eastern. Make sure you follow Twitter. Make sure you follow join the Discord. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on stream. Hopefully, we get a nice jump on GME after hours. We'll be talking about it tomorrow. So make sure you tune in every day. Get your Bitcoin predictions in. Besides that, guys, hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you very soon. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Who's your daddy?